Good evening, everyone. I'm Meteorologist Hannah Messier here to discuss the chance for strong to severe storms for Friday and for this upcoming weekend. Let's get right into it. We have some low pressure systems that are going to be traveling through the Midwest over the next few days. The first one for Friday and into the day on Saturday, that's going to cause some strong to severe storms. Then as the low moves to the northeast and a second low comes in from the southwest, we see more chances for strong to severe storms Saturday and into Sunday. So a few chances over the next few days. So now this is what we're looking at for that stormy setup on Friday. Here's the low pressure system with the warm front and the cold front attached to it. That's going to bring moisture into the area. It moves north into eastern Iowa on Friday afternoon, and that brings in the chance for the strong to severe storms. So that risk for severe storms associated with this low across much of eastern Iowa and much of the Midwest. Let's go into timing. Now this timing that I'm about to show you is still several days out, so give or take a few hours, and please check back for updates to the forecast. So 7 a.m. on Friday, some showers in the area, but the storms possible really by the afternoon, continuing through the afternoon, and by 4 o'clock, potentially seeing the storms in eastern Iowa. Those move east and potentially continue into the evening and overnight hours. So that's what we know for the Friday night storms as of right now. Now, the SPC has highlighted parts of eastern Iowa, mainly along and west and south of I-380. That's where that risk does appear to be for Friday right now. The primary hazards with these storms include large hail, damaging wind, and isolated tornadoes. So now let's move ahead to Saturday. So Saturday, we have much of eastern Iowa highlighted for that potential for severe weather, and much of the Midwest is under that highlight as well. Same for Sunday. Much of eastern Iowa is potentially under that threat for severe weather. Please check back for updates to the forecast since this is still a few days away. Now this is another look at that setup for afternoon storms on Friday. There is still enough instability potential across all of eastern Iowa. There's enough energy expected to be in the atmosphere to produce these strong to severe storms. So here's our chance for rainfall. These storms are expected to have a lot of moisture with them, so quite a bit of rain is in the forecast. We could potentially see around up to 4 inches possible in spots across the area. That rain is still much needed since we're under drought conditions, but that much rain in a short period of time could lead to some issues with flooding, so just be aware of that. Remember, turn around, don't drown, don't drive through the flooded waters. So in review, what we know now is that the pattern for strong to severe storms is there, along with heavy rain potential. We're still working on where exactly that low pressure system is going to end up. So whether or not the track of the low shifts at all, that's going to change whether or not we have the chance for severe weather in eastern Iowa, as well as where the best ingredients for severe weather end up. So what you should do now is download the KCRG TV9 First Alert Weather app. Also, we've got Weather Call. Subscribe to Weather Call, and that means you get Joe Winter's personal phone call from our group of meteorologists. That is what you'll get if you sign up for Weather Call. That'll let you know if storms are in your area. All right, so here are a few more ways that you can connect with us. Of course, the KCRG TV9 First Alert Weather app. That is available on Google Play and on the App Store. You can also go to kcrg.com. You could head to our Facebook page on social media. We'll be live streaming on Fire TV, Apple TV, Roku, and of course here on YouTube. In addition, we'll have our radio partners providing you with all of our sources for information during the severe weather, 98.1 KHawk and 1540 KXEL. All right. Not seeing any questions on our YouTube chat. If you have any questions about the storm, please go into our chat and ask some questions. But while we wait for people to potentially ask a few questions, I am going to go over all of the information just one more time. All right. So, in review, we have storms possible Friday and into the weekend because a few low pressure systems will be making their way through Iowa. there we go. Here's the low pressure systems. So the first low pressure system travels through the Midwest Friday and into Saturday night, bringing that first chance for strong to severe storms. And then the next low pressure system comes in Saturday night into Sunday, bringing that second chance for strong to severe storms, along with very heavy rain. So in details with this setup on Friday, this low pressure system is going to have a warm front attached to it. It's going to have a cold front attached to it. And the warm and cold front being dragged by this low pressure system through the Midwest is really what's going to cause that chance for severe weather. And we have lots of moisture expected along the front, so heavy moisture moves north into the area for Friday afternoon, and with that brings all the energy for these risk for severe storms. Timing everything out for Friday. Now remember, this is still several days out, so you'll want to check back for updates to this timing forecast. But for now, looks like some showers will be possible Friday morning. Then by Friday afternoon, some storms developing and continuing through the area for Friday afternoon, 4 p.m., potentially along I-380, continuing through the evening into the overnight hours for storms on Friday. Here is where that storm potential for severe weather is highlighted on Friday by the SPC. It is along and west of I-380. That's where that best chance for storms is. Primary hazards with storms include large hail, damaging winds, and isolated tornadoes, all be possible with the system on Friday. Saturday, much of eastern Iowa underneath that risk for severe weather. That is basically for a good portion of the Midwest. Saturday's system is still a few days away, so please check back for updates to that forecast. Sunday, also seeing the chance for some strong to severe storms across much of eastern Iowa. So long story short, be weather aware Friday and for the entire weekend. Back to the system on Friday, it looks like with this system we'll have a good amount of energy in the atmosphere. A lot of instability there for storms to play with, for storms to develop. So that's one of the reasons why we're highlighting that risk for severe storms on Friday, is because of how much energy and instability we'll have in the atmosphere. We've mentioned this a few times already, but we're going to have some heavy rain also possible with this system. Up to 4 inches of rain could occur in parts of eastern Iowa on Friday or over the next 5 days. With that much rain, we could have some chances for some flooding, so just be aware that you shouldn't drive through flooded roadways. Just be aware that that is something that we're watching for, is the potential for flash flooding. In review, what we know now is that our pattern Friday and into the weekend is favorable for strong to severe storms and large amounts of rain. And we're working on the exact placement of those low pressure systems. So whether or not the low pressure systems move anywhere east, west, north, south, whether or not that track shifts will change that potential for severe weather for Friday and the weekend, and change where the best ingredients for severe weather are. So that's what we're still working on, is where exactly those low pressure systems are going to end up. So what you guys should do now, download the KCRG TV9 First Alert Weather app or subscribe to Weather Call. Get a call from meteorologists telling you that storms are in your area. Now, a few more ways to connect with us include the KCRG TV9 First Alert Weather app. That is available on Apple TV, and it's available, or the App Store, and Google Play. You can go to kcrg.com. You can go to our Facebook page on social media. We'll also be live streaming during the event on Fire TV, Apple TV, Roku, and YouTube. And of course, our radio partners will also have us on air, 98.1 KHawk, 1540 KXEL, and other stations as well. All right, now we're going to answer Rob's question. Rob says he's from Ohio, and that Cleveland, Ohio is having issues with freeze warnings. Thanks so much for sharing that, Rob. However, we're going to focus on the chance for storms here in Iowa. All right, I think that's the only comment I see on YouTube. We'll quickly check the KCRG TV9 First Alert weather page to see if there are any questions there. Doesn't look like it. All right, well, thank you all so much for watching this live stream on YouTube. We are going to continue to provide more live streams in the coming days so that you guys can know everything you need to know about the severe weather. Chief Meteorologist Joe Winters is going to be doing the 10 o'clock show, letting everyone know the absolute latest with the chances for strong to severe storms. Just be aware that you may need to just review all your severe weather safety in the coming days, to be prepared. For now, we're going to end the live stream. Thank you so much for watching.